Last time on A Summer Adrift. We headed into Idaho where Owen started learning how to fly fish thanks to Chase and AImee. And we ventured out for our first hike in the Sawtooth Mountain Range. Before we arrived in Stanley, we knew that there were a number of backpacking trips that we wanted to accomplish while we were in the area, all of which would take us into the Sawtooth Mountains. After arriving and chatting with our friend Jason, he recommended that we try an overnight hike in a seldom visited area. He recommended it for its quiet trails, amazing fishing, and hot springs. With our bags packed, we all loaded up into our rig and headed nearly 2 hours down dirt roads to get to the trailhead. We are hiking into the backcountry for a night of fly fishing and hot springs. I don't know if you can tell by the look on my face, but that's the good stuff right there. Especially with a view like this. It just feels really good to have a backpack back on, to be back into backpacking season. It's the good stuff, guys. After our steep hike into the Sawtooths a few days prior, we all enjoyed the casual downstream hike. The terrain was rugged and often featured steep drop-offs that went all the way down to the water below, leaving every other surface covered in lush wildflowers. As the miles steadily passed by, we realized that we were completely enamored with Idaho. Being mostly from the East Coast, everyone always talks about Colorado and California as being the big destination states. But every time we come to this state, we find ourselves in awe. So this is our first of 2 backpacking trips that we have planned in Idaho. I'm glad that we're doing this one first, even though it's further away from where we've been camped lately, because this one is a relatively easy, if not non-existent elevation gain. Good practice getting used to carrying weight on our back, whatever. Before long, we came to a juicy little bend in the creek that looked exceptionally promising for fishing. We stopped briefly to see if there was any evidence of fish, and lo and behold, we were in luck.
Oh, I see one. I see one swimming through the sand later.
Chase and AImee made their way down to the water first to set up their rods and give it a try. Needless to say, we had a lot of success at this spot. Feeling satisfied, we loaded our packs once again and got back on trail to head towards camp. After a few more miles, we found ourselves at what might be the coolest spot we've ever camped at before. Nestled alongside the creek was this old trapper's cabin that's been standing here quietly for decades. It made for the perfect spot for us to call home for the night. While Chase and Owen fished, the rest of us set about relaxing in the water and testing out the hot springs, which spilled into the creek just a few hundred yards downstream from our camp. Initially, when we tested the water, we found it to be roughly a zillion degrees. So we moved rocks out of the way to allow more creek to pour in and make it a more manageable temperature.
Is it pretty hot in there?
There's sections that are both scalding hot and freezing cold all at once.
Eventually, we got it just right and spent the remaining hours of the day soaking in the warm water as day slipped into evening. We had to pry ourselves out of the water so we could go work on dinner. After we were done eating, we walked further downstream and found some incredible hot spring waterfalls. We decided to check them out the next morning and returned to camp for a peaceful evening. We woke up early to enjoy the morning from the warm water, and later made our way down to the falls that we found the night before. Unfortunately, the water level was too high, meaning that you were standing in bone-chilling water while you were being pelted with scalding water from above. Pretty cool, but also pretty painful. Sadly, the time had come for us to hike back to the trailhead to get to our patiently waiting kitties. On the way back, we stopped one last time to fish the same spot that we had fished the day before.
Hi, friend.
Oh, he's beautiful. Next time on A Summer Adrift. You guys, Luna's peeing! Good girl, Luna. What's up, girl?
I can supple up again. Looks like.
Oh my gosh, you're beautiful.